Welcome, my faithful. It is I again, Cassius Dio, Inquisitor Extraordinaire, in service of our august majesty, the Emperor of all mankind. My holy charge is to point out the stupid. So here's something stupid. Now, understand that this is art, and the Emperor no longer punishes artists for expressing their views. But that doesn't stop me from pointing out how malformed they might be. Now, this is a work of art coming from someone who might have some feelings that are justifiable. I go into every work of art this way. I've watched this video of her a couple times, and I'm not trying to say whatever you may have experienced didn't happen or is worthless. But fortunately for you, and fortunately for I, she makes no attempt to link any real stories to this, anyone's struggle to this. This is just a straw man that she built in order to scare other girls into not being gamers. You see, feminists bitch about there being no encouragement of women to do things like become scientists or make lots of money, because women need encouragement. Now, playing video games has always been, in my mind, a level playing field. If you play well, and you're online, you'll get less hate mail. Sometimes if you do well though, and you beat the shit out of somebody online, they still might not like you. They still might report you for using that sticky bomb in Gears of War. But, on the whole, it's the same experience for everyone, man or woman. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you go into a game, a place like Call of Duty, something that caters to males, and you are playing, no one's going to bother you, okay? If you're just playing, no one's going to bother you. And let me define bother, okay? Everyone has to put up with children that sing into their microphones, talk to people in the room, yammer on and on about nothing. Everyone has to put up with that. I'm talking about bothering you as in sending you personal messages because of your performance. That might happen too a little bit. You might get the occasional, God, dude, you sucked in that round. Fuck, you suck. You might get that, but it doesn't just happen to girls, okay? Now, if you go into the game and go, I'm a girl, let's make this whole session about me being a girl, then you're going to open up a can of worms. But the same thing would happen if you were to say, I'm a man, or I'm in a band. Oh my God, anyone that tries to sell their band on Xbox Live while I'm playing online will get an earful from me. Any products, period. But mostly it's bands, okay? No one wants to hear your band. I didn't come here to solve your woman issues. I didn't come here to solve your band issues, to sell your music. I came here to play, and we can't take over this area unless we're communicating and not talking about the shit you're selling. And speaking of selling some shit, let's get on with the video. I know, I'm running my mouth, but a little preamble is necessary. I will let her speak while I take a drink of my frosty beverage. If it's going to play.
How to be a gamer girl in 4 easy steps. 1. Choose a gender-neutral or masculine username for your online identity. The hordes of cisgender, heterosexual, and mostly white men you'll be gaming with are incredibly sensitive to the possibility of a female within their midst and are more likely to consider you part of the scenery than a peer on the battlefield.
Okay. First lump of doo-doo. Heresy. You are a heretic. Number 1. Feminists that go directly for the cis white male are so used to talking to white people and making white people feel guilty about things. That's just their tactic. I don't know what the statistics say about which race games the most. I would say it's the human race. The cat-headed people and the dog-headed people don't do too well. No orcs online either. But she makes the statement that if you're a girl online, then the cis white dudes. No one else is sexist. It's just the white dudes they're happy being dudes. And because that's another thing. You're supposed to be ashamed if you're a white dude that likes women. You just fuck you, okay? Just fuck you. You've ruined the world. You made us all mad. We all hate you, and it's fine to hate you. It's fine to be sexist against your penis and angry against your white skin. Neither one of those things are evil. Because you're the sexist and you're the racist. That's what you are. You're the white man, so you're a racist and you're a sexist all the time. All the time. And I can make this statement and no one stops my stupid poem and challenges me on this. Everyone is in an echo chamber. She's in an echo chamber. Everyone in that room is just resonating hugs back to her. They're all sitting there hating on people because of their skin and their genitals, and it's fine because it's the right color and the right genitals. So yeah, all gamers are all straight white dudes and they don't like playing with women. They fucking hate playing with women. They hate it. So if you're on Call of Duty and you go, I'm a woman, what do you want me to do? You treat me like a piece of the scenery, is what she said. Well, we're in a hail of bullets. I can't stop to talk to you about your period. I'm sorry. No one gives a shit what sex you are. All they care about is if you're going to help the team win the game. And if you stand around being a piece of scenery, then that's exactly what you will be. See, you don't go into games and go, treat me like something. Treat me. Don't ignore me. Don't see this. She just doesn't want to be ignored. And that comes from a me, that sort of attitude. And that's what this person is. She has a haircut like Hitler. She looks like Marilyn Manson and Hitler fucked. Yeah, that's cruel. Don't talk about her appearance. That's called, okay, for those people who are just now learning what fallacies are, I'm not trying to denounce her argument by denouncing the way she looks. If I did that, that would be an ad hominem attack. Don't listen to her. She's ugly. So, no. And I don't think she's actually ugly. So I'm just trying to illustrate what an ad hominem would be in this case, in relation to what I've said. All I've said is I don't like her haircut and she resembles 2 famous people. Anyway, let's listen to the next bit of untruth to come out of her mouth in her echo chamber. Because men hate women gamers. We just fuck you, you know? There's no, citation needed, bitch.
If you started gaming when you were young, naive, and starry-eyed, and
in the 80s, before you were born? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting.
The misfortune of an unchangeable feminine username like Jigglypuff Sparkle Fairy.
A lot of dudes would fucking use that name.
Prepare your defenses ahead of time. At the first question of your gender, tell them you are a lesbian.
See, look, feminism is so good at this. It's so good at this. Hey, girls, going out and playing video games is hard to do. Because when you go out there, all these men are going to hate you. They're just going to hate you. Be scared, be very scared. And then they'll turn right around and go, women need to be encouraged to be gamers. You need to stop talking trash online because it makes girls stay away. No, bitches like you. Bitches. Yes, why would you use that term bitches, Cassius? Well, when you're on a public forum, assaulting an entire sex of people, and you're trying to make a fearful environment for the people you say you're trying to help, you, madam, are a bitch.
Because in gamer jargon, lesbian is synonymous with man.
And it's synonymous sometimes with kicking everyone else's ass, so fuck off.
There's no room to be feminine here.
See, this is another thing. There's no room to be feminine here. She might as well be wearing a goddamn Nazi outfit. You know? Fucking, what's that law? That law that says before a conversation ends, someone will bring it back to Hitler? Okay, we've met that requirement. Yeah, so she can continue to spout fear.
2. Become an expert in everything. Complete every side quest. Earn every achievement. Be prepared for any reference or joke, because if you're not, fake gamer girl alert!
Oh my god. Okay, let's let her finish the statement.
That low-cut shirt you're wearing was not a choice you made because you felt good about your bomb-ass cleavage when you woke up this morning. Suddenly, you're a succubus. You're only in it for the attention.
That's what you're doing? That's what you're doing. And who says, fake gamer girl, she didn't beat all the quests and blah 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 blah. Do you game? Do you even game? If I've done more than you, right, male or female, if I've completed more of a game than you have, I have the bragging rights and the achievements to go, look at me, and I can call anyone else a fake. Well, it doesn't mean I mean it. And if you've heard that before, and you've let it affect you, then that's a problem you have. You should talk about with your psychologist. Because this all boils down to, this poetry session, feeds into this bullshit that Anita Sarkeesian is getting stirred up. That you just can't be a female gamer online. It just so happens that a lot of women were gaming before you were born. And it didn't hurt them a bit. So let's listen to the next fucking Nazi thing you say.
Because what real gamer doesn't know that the skeleton hanging by its ankles from the ceiling of the Bjorn ice caves on the island of Solstheim in the Blood Moon expansion of the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind was obviously a Star Wars reference? Fake geek girls. 3. Be willing to accept the fact that you, yes, you are single-handedly responsible for the degradation of the modern-day gaming industry because you keep demanding better representation for women, even though...
It's not the fucking government. It's not the government. I could demand better representation if I were in this room with you, jump up on the stage in the middle of your poem and say, this poem isn't about me. So fuck you. If you don't like a game, don't play it. Buy one that you like. Make one that you like. But instead, you would like to turn to the creators of the games and go, just make this game for me. Sorry. People that make Ferraris don't make them for farmers. People that make tractors don't make them for race car drivers. If you want one or the other, you know where to go.
Already have a diverse selection of skinny, scantily clad and or heavily sexualized white women to...
This is not even true anymore. This is not even true anymore. You can find all kinds of female characters. But back to the white thing. I guess she has white guilt, I don't know. But white women, fuck off. The first powerful female character I ever played was Chun-Li, and she ain't white. Stupid. But oh, you just started playing video games in 1994. Isn't that cute?
Choose from. If you want a more feminist-friendly game, try the Mass Effect trilogy. It's full of strong female characters.
We don't like strong female characters, but we don't like regular female characters either. We don't like women. Wait a minute, it's you that don't like women, not me. You don't like women because I don't like the women you put in your games. They're either so strong they can kick everyone's ass, or they've suffered loss and have emotions, or they're a woman, you know, who does a little bit of all these things. But, oh no, we can't have her looking good while she does it. Oh wait, we can't have her being ripped while she does it. So how do we win? How do we win, Kirsten Udo?
Never mind the fact that the first female villain we're introduced to is presented to us with shots of her ass and tits before we ever see her face. Remember, ladies, female objectification is a myth. 4.
Okay, so if I'm going to paint a painting, and I do it a lot, I do paint paintings, and a lot of them are of scantily clad women. If they're not you, then you should get the message that it's not you. You're not supposed to be in my work of art. Just like I'm not supposed to be all up in your poem. But you're up there on the stage trying to make women afraid of gaming and gamers because they're just evil. That's all you're doing. That is all you're doing. I've been waiting a while stewing on this fucking video. It's only 2 minutes and 52 seconds, but I bet I could stretch this whole commentary thing into about 15 minutes or more. Because there's just so many layers of wrong. And all you do, Kirstin, there is you just spout with the fear. With the fear. Basically, it boils down to censor this shit. I don't want to see things I don't like. Fucking stupid.
Get used to fear.
Yeah, get used to fear, bitches, because I'm up here trying to tell you how scary everything is. Doesn't matter that when you go and play that it's not really like that. Okay? Gaming, just like working, it's about merit. And that's all. If you've gotten into conversations with douchebags who like want to qualify their nerdiness with how much they know, then that's just too bad. There are those types of nerds. You could just have a conversation with someone else. You could say, fuck you, douchebag, and all your friends. You could say that. You could do that. You could mute them. There's a mute button on these video games. Oh my god. You could use it. Fucking. No, it's everyone else. It's everyone else making you scared. See all these bad things I said? Shouldn't you be scared of those things?
Watch Anita Sarkeesian's videos criticizing misogyny in video games. Watch the death and rape threats roll in. Listen in shock as the people you game with claim Zoe Quinn only received recognition for her free online game because she slept with someone.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. But saying that that's what happened makes you a mean monster. You're just a monster. And Anita Sarkeesian says dumb things online on purpose so that she can have a mountain of hate mail to mine. It's gold for these people. They say and do dumb things. So what? So what? Some stories have misogynists in them. Some characters are sexy. And you don't like that. That's too bad. I don't like Magic Mike. Do you see me telling people not to make those sort of movies? I don't look like that. Does every fucking thing that's supposed to have sexy stars in it have to look like me or my friends? No, I don't think so. That's why it's a fantasy. It's why it's art. It's why it's fiction. You don't get equal representation to be fair. This isn't the government, like I said. This is art. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. But no, back to the fear. I'm going to make you girls afraid. If there are women in this room or young ladies that have never gamed before, what type of impression are they going to have now? You can say these things that aren't true and they just get accepted simply because you're a girl. Patriarchy, I guess.
Who had nothing to do with the media coverage of her free online game. Hashtag Quinspiracy.
The guys she fucked gave her good reviews. That's something to do with it, isn't it? Isn't it? And there was a pre-existing network of these journalists who would always get together and decide who they're going to push up, who they're going to pull down. That's completely illegal. But anyway, saying so makes you a fucking sexist, rapist, white male cishet scum gamer, doesn't it? When you disagree with a feminist and you beat her up with the facts, she'll call the police on you. The moral police, the morality squad. Because you're a monster for disagreeing with her. Fear, fear, fear. You should be afraid, ladies. You should be afraid. Hey, men, it's your fault we're afraid. No, it's your fault. I just pointed out why. Anyone that has a question with how that works can ask a question there in the comments section.
Hashtag Gamergate. Hashtag ethics in gaming journalism.
Yeah, you think in gaming journalism, that phrase burns you, doesn't it? It's like holy water. I want my journalists to be objective. I want them to like games because they're good, not because the person who made them sexed them up, fucked them to get a good review. I've read the chat logs between her and her boyfriend. That's exactly what she did. 5 Guys, burgers and fries.
Watch women speak up. Watch women have their personal information revealed online.
Oh, this happens to guys too. Happened to Thunderfoot for disagreeing with Anita Sarkeesian. Someone wrote letters. They started a letter writing campaign, in fact, to get him fired, call him a Nazi sympathizer and all that. Didn't work though. Erin Pizzey, British feminist, started the first woman's shelter. You'd think she would be held in high esteem in feminists, in the feminist world. But no. over time, working in all the shelters, plural, that she started, she noticed that women were just as violent as men. At least half the women that came to her, she said, had violent tendencies, violent problems, and were just as violent and dangerous as the men that they say they were running from. Because they were bullying other people in the centers, okay? And their children tell stories about how mean mommy is. For saying these things, feminists like you doxed her and harassed her and called in death threats to her house constantly for years, to the point that she had to leave Britain. She just left her country because she didn't even feel safe there anymore. Where's her fucking safe space for disagreeing with feminists? Now, feminists go online and say dumb things, and they get a bunch of 15-year-old boys and fucking leak hacksaws sending them hate mail. So what? It would happen to me too if I said something just as dumb. But I haven't. I don't have a political movement to silence the internet, going to the UN and begging for special censorship during time that could be better spent by those people trying to actually help women in the third world or end some wars. But no, Anita Sarkeesian here is I fuck online, and it makes you so mad that you wrote this poem that women have to deal with being told they're bitches online. Sorry, bitch.
Women leave the industry. Start gaming quietly.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Most women aren't feminists. Most women wouldn't give a shit to listen to you right now. Yeah, I know those are weasel words, but it's also a fucking mathematical fact. 80% of women aren't feminists. So, and this is why. This is why. Because only dummies and morons would listen to you talk and think that you or Sarkeesian is actually correct. Most people have critical thinking skills. Okay? Maybe if you live long enough, you'll develop some too.
And make sure to keep your comments offline, because if you don't,
those feminists will burn your ass. They will fuck you up just like they claim that they get fucked up with all the messages and blah, 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 blah. How many times have I gone into a thread with adults discussing the law and how the law is biased against men in the free world? Free world, in this definition, is Britain and Canada and America. I know other countries fall into that category, but their governments aren't quite bowing to feminism like ours are starting to, and Sweden already has. Okay? So in the free world, you don't have these fucking problems. You don't. But when you disagree with feminists online, they will get you. They will get you. I implore you to look up the University of Toronto protest for Warren Farrell's speech and see just what feminists think of as free speech. I understand this in Canada, but they have a similar thing to free speech. But a feminist idea of free speech is blocking your entrance into a building so that you can't go in and hear a lecture you want to hear. And they don't have any real basis other than some shit they were told about the speaker. They don't know anything about the speaker, or that Warren Farrell used to be the head of the biggest feminist organization in the world. Yeah. Now, NOW, National Organization for Women. If not in the world, at least in America. Okay? So yeah, that was his job. And feminists don't like it when he says, hey, men sometimes do get a bad shake. No, the femisphere, the wasp's nest just roils with chaotic anger at the mere suggestion that men are people too, and that we have feelings, and that the laws aren't very fair to us, and that there is no patriarchy, and the fact that you keep talking about it like there is one is very scary to us. It could be taken so far, you know? Oh, yeah. If you could get government to agree there's a patriarchy, for instance, which you never will do, by the way, even though there are women in the government. I'm just going off on a tear here. There's just so many layers to this that lead up to her thinking this dumb shit she thinks.
you might be next, because after all, you are the one ruining the industry.
Yeah. The industry was here. It was fine. People participated in it or didn't to their liking. I don't watch Sex in the City. There aren't enough dudes like me on Sex in the City. But it's over with now. But why didn't anyone protest that and say, hey, put some more dudes in the cast? Oh wait, it's made for women, and we should fuck off? Well, why don't you take the same fucking advice If you don't like video games, don't fucking play them. If you want to see video games that have characters that you like, then why don't you get into a company somewhere and design some? Or why don't you give money to companies that will design some? Why don't you do that? Instead, you'd rather bitch about how all men online suck and prepare all the women for all men to suck, turning them into harpies before the fact. You're creating hours and hours and hours and hours and millions of arguments. That's all you're doing. You're just going to make girls angry. They're going to go try to play some games. They're going to start some arguments where there didn't even need to be any. Thanks a lot, Kirstin oder Sieg Heil. I'm sure that your leaders are pleased with you.
Remember?
Yay! Yay! I'm just leaving that in, for credit's sake, but... Okay, so, everyone. That's a poem from an angry feminist. And much like all the other feminists, she doesn't even know what the fuck she's talking about. See you guys later.
Jag lyckas nytt system, det blir mig ett